Hi everyone, welcome to FCST 1010. This is week 2. And this week we are going to be learning about the interview process and writing cover letters and learning a little bit about yourself as a person so that you can choose the career that is the best fit for you. A couple of notes about this week. All of the work that is turned in this week follows the same schedule that we did last week. And that will be, you have the content quiz, which is due by Wednesday at midnight. And you will have to score an 80% on that or better. What I recommend you doing is print off the content quiz. And you can do that by going to the content quiz. So content items, content, and then the content quiz. And it's harder for me to take it than it is for you. Let me see if I can go about it this way. Quizzes, content quiz 2. It is not going to let me. I just did this earlier. I'm sorry. I can't figure out how to. Let's see if I preview it. Okay, here we go. So if you start the quiz, what I do is start the quiz and then copy and paste all the content. So just start here and highlight everything all the way down and then control C and then open up a Word document and file, new document, and then control V. Oh, I'm having a rough day today. I did copy this though. Copy my blank Word document, paste. There we go. Oh my goodness. And then you'll have it. As you go through, you'll know what to look for. So any quiz strategy is to read the questions first. So read all the questions, print this off, have this sitting next to you, and then go into the content for the week, which you will find under content items and module 2, because this is week 2 in the class. One thing before I get into the content that I do want to talk to you about is this announcement section, and I want to remind you how important it is that you read all these announcements. I had a lot of questions about that you didn't know that certain assignments were due and things like that. If you watch this video, it has everything in it that you need. I realize you won't need the video for the whole semester, and as I watch the viewings of it, and as the viewings drop, I will stop recording a weekly video. But for now, they're very helpful in helping you understand what's going on in this class and what you need to do, and to help you understand the content. So I will also post several announcements in here each week. I won't always send you emails to remind you about what is due. So it is really important that you look in the announcement section, that you check your email, that you check your D2L email. Also, the calendar that's located over here tells you everything that's due for the week. Now, the calendar that you're looking at right now shows you everything for the course, but your calendar will only show you what is viewable for that week. So the course each week will reset on Monday at 12 a.m. and will go till Sunday at midnight. So it's important that you look over here and that you understand the flow of the class. Now, once you get the flow of the class, it's the same every week. The content quiz is always due on Wednesday. The journal entry is always due on Thursday. And the challenge and the going further and the replies are always due on Sunday. However, I recommend that you really do start all of the assignments early in the week, because if you have questions and I can't answer email on a Sunday afternoon, you're going to have a hard time. Like for this week, the Going Further requires you to download and install a PowerPoint plugin and then to create something in PowerPoint. If you don't know how to do that, waiting till Sunday night at 5 p.m. is not the best time to do that. I would go ahead and knock that assignment out early this week, because you know it's going to be a challenge for you. And if you have questions, you can email me. Probably later in the week, I will make a quick video just showing you how to do it, a screencast like this one that just walks you through step by step, so that if you have a problem, you can kind of pause the video and do it, and then watch the next few seconds and do that part. You'll understand. I'm going to show you an example of what is due in just a second. So again, come into content. We are in module 2, so you'll be able to see all this beginning coursework, and then Module 2, which the welcome to Module 2, if you have looked over your content quiz, the answer to one of the very first questions is right here on this page. During this module, we'll be talking about the main reason that most of you are here, starting or switching your career. So this kind of talks you through what we're going to learn about, why going to college is important, and that just reinforcing the fact that if you go to college and get a college degree, you will get a bigger paycheck because people with college degrees earn more money than people with high school, just a high school diploma. So we're going to talk about career interests. We're going to talk about careers in our local area, and we're going to learn how to write a cover letter. And the way I want you to approach the cover letter assignment is to think about, okay, this is a cover letter that I can start writing now. I can give you actual feedback on it. Part of my job, not through Georgia Highlands, but my full-time job is hiring. So I read a lot of cover letters. So I have some pretty good insight into cover letters, and I encourage you to write a cover letter this week for the career that you hope to have, so that when you graduate from college and you are moving on to the next step where you're applying for jobs and things like that, you can just dust off this cover letter that you've written in this course, add some things to it because things will change between now and then, or just keep it updated as you go and apply for jobs through college, and this would be a useful document that you would be able to use in your future. And then here on the bottom, it gives you what is due this week. The content quiz 2 is due by Wednesday, journal entry 2 due by Thursday, challenge 2 due by Sunday, and going further due by Sunday. Your journal entry is due by Thursday at 11:59, and your responses to classmates are due by Sunday. One note about Thursday, my son is having surgery on Thursday, so I will probably not be in the classroom at all on Thursday. He tore his ACL and his meniscus, so we'll be at the surgery center and dealing with surgery all day. So if you need anything on Thursday and I'm slow to answer, that is why. Okay, so back into Module 2. So coming down to the content, this is where you're going to find everything that you're going to need to read and watch for this week. So finding jobs on Indeed.com, you're going to need to do that for your cover letter. So you're going to want to look through this website. Writing cover letters, this is an excellent website on how to write a cover letter, what's included. Again, a lot of these things are on the content quiz. I want you to think about a cover letter as something for you to brag on yourself and really talk about what makes you great and distinct as an employee. So you want to think about including things not that you're putting on your resume, because a cover letter is in addition to your resume. What your cover letter does is sparks the employer to go, wow, this person's got a lot of skills. Let me look at their resume to see if they're a good fit for our company. So you want to talk about all the awards you've done, all the innovative things you've done at your job, the way that you've really gone above and beyond, trainings that you've attended, all of those kind of things. And then at the end, you want to be sure to ask for an interview. You want to be able to say, thank you for reading this. Thank you for your time. I would like to, please contact me at your earliest convenience to set up an interview, or something along those lines. If you come down, it will give you example cover letters to look at. So you're going to want to do that. Here's a student job hunting and handbook that you're going to want to look through. The U.S. earnings and unemployment rates, you're going to want to look through these. It says 2015, but these have actually been updated to 2016. You're going to want to come down here and click on employment status, because one of the questions is answered right here from your content quiz next to this 7. So you're going to want to definitely look through this website, as it will be important to your passing the content quiz. The 100 best jobs is listed here. You're going to want to look at this too. It's interesting to note that the top 4 number 1 jobs are all in healthcare. Quite a few of you are going for nursing or for dentistry. So being able to look through this and see, wow, the number 4 job, the top 4 of the top 5 jobs, 2 of these have to do with being a dentist, and these 2, a nurse practitioner is a nurse with a going on to get your master's degree in nurse practitioner, and a physician's assistant can also start out as a nurse. So these are things that you're going to want to look at, because a lot of you are pursuing the top 4 out of the top 5 jobs. And then you're going to go to the Similar Minds website, and what this does is this is a personality test, similar to Myers-Briggs if you've taken that one. So just put in your gender, male or female, and then go through and answer the questions. And what's going to happen is after you've answered the questions, it's going to give you their computer-generated personality, which is actually pretty interesting. And then you can come down here and look at your personality types, and you can see what jobs are best for those. And if you just click on one, you can look at your personality traits, and then you can look at possible career paths, things that would match you. A lot of times these are pretty accurate, but sometimes one or two of the things on the list you might say, well, that's not me at all. And that's okay. Just take your time and take it for what it is, that it's a computer-generated personality test. But it certainly is interesting. And then come through these videos. One's talking about how to interview for a job. One is talking about the Disney College Program, which is an amazing program. And if you are able to look into something like this, I encourage you to look into it. And then how to write a cover letter and examples of cover letters. Because again, the main point of this course this week is to get you to write a cover letter that you can use when you graduate from college. So then you're going to come to the content quiz, which you have already printed out and been marking as you went through the content. And then journal entry 2, which is if you could have any career that you wanted, what would that career be and why? And then make sure that your response is 200 words, and it is due by Thursday at midnight. And then you have your challenge. Now your challenge, you're going to go back to Indeed.com. You're going to find that job that you really want to do. You're going to actually find a local job on Indeed.com that matches, and you're going to write a cover letter to that person. That cover letter does not need to be in MLA format, but it does need to be 500 words in length. Try to use things that are true to you now and that are true about you now, so that as you move through college, you can just tweak that. And this would be a cover letter that you will actually be able to use when you get out of college. And then the going further too is a timeline in PowerPoint. You're going to have to download this plugin and install it to your PowerPoint if you don't already have the timeline tool. And then after you do the timeline tool, your timeline will look something like this, but obviously be for you. I was born in 1973. What is today? And then you're going to put 10 items before today's date and 10 items after today's date that you are focused on. So you can see kind of my life and the path that my life has taken. And then so your life will be looking forward from today, because you all have lots of hopes and dreams that you want to, when you want to start school, when you want to finish school, when you want to start working after you get your college degree. And so you'll just upload this document into the assignments tab. So that is this week in class and everything that is due for this week in class. If you have any trouble, let me know. I will probably try to record a video tomorrow or the next day about the PowerPoint. I suggest that you get started on that assignment earlier rather than later. If you have any questions or anything at all that you're concerned about, please feel free to contact me. I will try to respond back as soon as I possibly can. I hope you guys have a great week.